Okay, hat, sunglasses, coat. This should be enough. Finally, I could go home. You. How do you recognize me? Oh, it's you. Just how far does your information network go? Even my discharge date? Really? Yes, I'm back to my usual self. I don't really want to think about my job right now. I'm still mulling things over. Hmm? What's my plan for the rest of the day? Probably lunch. I'm sick of hospital food. What? Lunch with you? Are you out of your mind? Hmm. Well, I guess you're right. I haven't heard anything about you causing trouble, but that doesn't erase your past actions now, does it? I'll eat lunch with you, on one condition. Once we're done eating, you're turning yourself in. If you're okay with that, I can push to have them go easy on your sentence. I might not be the top hero anymore, but my opinion still matters to people. You're willing to do that. I see. Then follow me. I know a good place nearby. It won't take long. It's a nice day, isn't it? Not too hot, not too cold, and no fighting yet. How do you like your sandwich? I told you it was good, right? Ah, sandwiches at the park. So relaxing. Speaking of the park, do you recognize it? This is the park that we had our first fight in. That old lady right there. She was the first hostage I rescued during my fight with the plantation siblings a couple years ago. That kid, I saved them from a fire in the bookstore that was behind us. This park is the center of the area that I protect. Well, I say that I protect it, but a handful of us are here. Oftentimes, I would come here just to see the fruits of my efforts, you know? But recently, even before my injury, when I think about that kind of stuff, it reminds me that I I did do some actual heroic things, right? But there's just this sinking feeling in my chest that I'm not really a hero on the inside. I came here to try and see if I can rekindle that fire in me, the desire to be a hero. But even now, I'm still not feeling it. I just don't know anymore. In all honesty, I've lost the spark months, maybe even years ago. Why do I keep going on with this? This I can die at any moment if I keep going like this. But I don't know what I'll do after this. I mean, I can retire just quietly, just live off of what I've earned so far. I probably wouldn't even need a job. But I could probably get a normal job after this. Work in an office or a bartender or something, I don't know. I could just disappear entirely, just leave as if nothing happened. But that doesn't really solve the issue here. I'm a little empty, and I don't know what I can do to fill that void. I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm dumping all of this on you. I guess you probably didn't want to hear all of me, all of my complaints, all of this whining. Yeah, I'm not really cut out for this anymore, aren't I? The hero business, it's lonely. If I was lonely, couldn't I hang out with the other heroes? I mean, technically I could, but those kids are doing this with all their heart, you know? I shouldn't ruin this for them. If they stop being heroes, then we'll run out eventually, you know? Plus, they're doing a lot better than I could do. So, I think I'm gonna go through with this retirement idea. It's not like I don't want to save people. I mean, I don't want to. If I can stop someone from hurting, I would. But all this action, all this attention, it just isn't for me anymore. Anyway, once you get out of prison, I'll take you out for drinks like I promised. But while we wait for that day, don't cause too much trouble. I won't be there to stop you anymore, you know? But hey, if you want to quit being a villain, wouldn't that be funny?